north, though, dude. I'm looking it up. Give me a sec. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. La Mirada, Norwalk. We're on Shoemaker, northbound. That's what he said. I don't think this is north, though, but... Yes, I got you on 6, and I've been talking to Flood. Pennsylvania. Actually, if we keep coming up this way, we're coming up to Lakewood. We're going to be in Santa Fe Springs area here in a moment. Coming up to Florence, northbound Shoemaker coming up to Florence. Yes. Okay, I don't, now we're on Florence, westbound Florence. So yeah, I would say Santa Fe Springs. Yeah, he is, right underneath us. I think that's Angel. It's going to be Orange County. It's a following right now, but yeah, sure, we can do whatever you want, guys. I'm Bloomfield, back to Bloomfield, coming up at Bloomfield. Hey, guys, if you're on the internet and you're listening to me and you're like, Jesus, what is going on? You know what? I'm on the same page as you guys. There's no doubt about it. You know, right now this is a following, was high speed. Originally it was just a traffic violation. They got behind him. Not really sure exactly who. I know it was in the Fullerton area. Was on the freeway at one point, got on the streets. Coming up on Springdale. So Angel 1 is following it. So that's an Orange County law enforcement helicopter. This vehicle was traveling at crazy high speeds. Now it's just driving without its lights on. I believe we're still on Florence. You can see that car right there. I don't know what that cross was, but moved our way out of the Orange County area, no doubt about that, into the Santa Fe Springs area. It's probably my guess right now. It's a following. These are one of those tough ones for me because, you know, there is no law enforcement right behind them, lights and sirens, all that craziness going on. It's just a car driving along. And law enforcement using this tactics or these tactics right now to basically bring these pursuits to an end safely. Right now, this car driving basically is coming up on Pioneer, just letting you know that. As soon as I know these streets, I'm going to shout them out. But you can see the car basically just driving the speed limit. There was a couple times he got very close to accidents, very close to hitting other vehicles. Jeff and Susie, 30 seconds. We're almost in the Santa Fe Springs area. We're on, I was told it's Florence, and we just passed Pioneer. I was just talking to one of our producers, Dan. That guy rocks. Yeah, love that guy. Anyways, Orenday coming up to police following. Copy all. Coming up on Orenday right there on Florence. You can see right. Okay. Thank you. There he is. He's over the 5 or passing over the 5 freeway. One of those new bridges. It's our tax dollars at work. Well, it was a traffic violation. We know it was in the Orange County area. We're still putting together all those little important pieces like who was originally behind this car, what was going on. But that's the car right there. You can see it. It's I believe it's an older Accord, probably Integra, and no lights on right now. Earlier on, this car was moving at extremely high speeds. Original want was a traffic violation. All they wanted to do is pull this guy over, but see, that's the kind of stuff he's been doing right there. Blowing through red lights, making these dangerous turns. Basically just got off of Florence. That was a major out there. And now basically getting back onto these, I'm not sure if this is a transition road or if it's just another one of these I'm sorry. I'm trying to listen in. I don't want to lose this guy right there. But apparently he's working his way onto the freeway. So I'm going to take a look. But northbound 5 freeway. Not sure if that's him. We're going to find him here in just a second again. But getting back onto the freeway, southbound 5 is the correction right there. Southbound 5 freeway. Finally, some law enforcement going to be joining the chase there. So now it may become an actual pursuit again. Basically, like I said earlier on, started in the Florence area. An Acura Integra, high speeds at some points, but then it kind of slowed down. That's what we were watching for a little bit. Don't know if he turned on his lights right now. I'm going to work with my pilot to see if we can get a spotlight on him or get an exact where he's at. But we do know that law enforcement now getting back behind that vehicle as he got back onto the freeway out here, southbound 5, working his way back into the area where this started earlier on. Jeff, you know, the only thing we know was that it was a traffic stop, and I just was being, and I'm multitasking out here, hearing that he's going 80 miles an hour approaching Imperial, so he's way up ahead of us here. Southbound 605, I'm telling that to my pilot, Timmy, this evening, so we can try to find this vehicle exactly where it is. But your question was, why were they following and why they basically were doing the kit gloves for a little bit? Because of extreme high speeds earlier on. 80 miles an hour on surface streets, blowing red lights. He was driving extremely dangerous, so they backed off at one point. Right now, though, we know that he's southbound 605 freeway. I'm working right now trying to find this vehicle out the window. You got to give me a minute here, and we will find him. And as soon as we do, we'll put that camera back on it. But I know the ground units down there has lost him as well. So if you guys are saying, what's wrong with that cameraman, it's not just me. It's dark down there, and the airship, the Duke that's following, that's a call sign for the Orange County Law Enforcement helicopter. Right now they turned off their night sun, but we'll find him here in just a moment. All he needs to do is call out one street name so we can find this thing. He's being quiet right now. All right, I got him moving. Yeah. Approaching the 91. 605 south, number 3 lane. Where's he at, though? Just went under the 91. Okay, I know that. I saw the car. Just passed. He just went under the 91, he said. There he is. Yep, got him. I don't know. Well, we definitely do. It was a little bit of a stretch right there. California Highway Patrol, they helped us out. They're the ones that found him. Basically, it looks like he's getting off at South Street right now, 605 freeway there. You can see the exit signs. The vehicle's speeding up a little bit, and this is where it's going to get dangerous. Don't know why he didn't want to stop, and that's always the big question for law enforcement. This is one of the reasons that makes these pursuits so dangerous. There we go, making a nice hard turn right there, getting off the freeway. California Highway Patrol, they're going to stay behind it, even though he's not on the freeway right now, crossing back over the 605. He's been on surface streets for quite some time. There were some freeways earlier on, then he got back onto the surface street. The guy's got to know that law enforcement's not just going to throw their hands up and let him go. Again, you can see the speeds really starting to pick up again out here. Law enforcement right behind him, though. They've turned off their lights and sirens. The helicopter that has been following him still right there with him. But right now you can see some really hard turns out here, a little bit of aggressive driving, worked his way off that major South Street and into some residential neighborhoods out here. Every now and then you can see that light from the helicopter lighting it up, coming to us, hitting a hard brakes right there. And a lot of times when we see these guys get in these neighborhoods, they might know this area. But take a look at that. California Highway Patrol, that's got that Ford Expedition pursuit package. That's really keeping up with that little Integra. Right now, though, this guy is right there, right behind him the entire time, wrong side of the road. Now, this type of activity, these guys might be thinking, hey, I'll drive crazy, they'll back off. Not all the time. Sometimes when the public safety is at risk, they're going to stay with it. They're going to keep those lights and sirens going. They're going to warn the people in the area. Apparently, I just was told that was a green light. Looked red to me. That one looks red, too. There's that helicopter we've been talking about. That's Duke. That's an Orange County law enforcement. Higher speeds out here. We'll get the name of the street in just a second. But very dangerous type of activity out here. High speeds, small Integra. Law enforcement, that's going to be the Highway Patrol right behind it right there, cutting through a gas station. We've seen that kind of moves before. Right now, looks like back and forth, back onto the major out here. We'll get these street names here in just a second. But this pursuit continuing on. Higher speeds right now. This is the type of stuff law enforcement does not want to see. Look at that Highway Patrol right behind them. And so that shows you that these guys want to bring this thing to an end. And of course, if the pit maneuver is available or any other type of pursuit intervention is available, they will bring it to an end as quickly as possible. Cerritos. It was Fullerton as we understood it. I can't say that 100%, but we know it started, or we found out about it when it was in the city of Fullerton. Right now, though, we're in the Cerritos area. Made a hard turn right now. Looks like we're going to be dropping to the southbound, but we're on a major road out here. The vehicle speeds are extremely high. We're talking about 75 miles an hour. We're westbound, westbound. Didn't grab the name of the street, but definitely westbound on a major out here, just leaving the Cerritos area, probably coming into the Lakewood area right now. Single person in the vehicle, that's what we saw earlier on. We're assuming it's a male. We understand that earlier on they said one male driver, so that's what I'm going with right now. California Highway Patrol, I'm pretty sure they're still behind him right there. My pilot, Timmy, this evening really started trying to work to keep up with this guy. There's a lot of other traffic out here. Right now, though, you can see him running another red light, and that's what's really concerning law enforcement this evening. Somebody, maybe one of your loved ones just driving on the road right there on Delamo. Now, we can tell you that. He just turned his lights back off. That's not going to help that situation at all. But westbound on Delamo, brake lights are on again right there. Might be another intersection, but the intersection right now just has traffic right there. Law enforcement setting up those lights right now. Just basically, I'm just showing that one guy. He's basically telling everybody in the area, hey, there's danger coming. They're warning the public. That's the only thing they can do right now for this chase. This driver turning off his lights, not really going to make the situation any better for anybody. Probably is going to make it worse for the public at large because they're not going to be able to see this car coming. No lights, high speeds, extremely dangerous. And every now and then we'll see black and whites, other law enforcement in the area just basically sitting there, but they're not just standing by idly. They're basically there just in case something happens, if they can give assistance. That's the reason why they're there. California Highway Patrol, they're right behind it. They got their lights and sirens on. They're trying to warn the public. Thank goodness at this time of evening in this area, traffic is lighter. but still, when he runs those red lights, it makes my blood run cold as we worry about any kind of injury to anybody in this situation. Yep. We just went through it. Yes, just north of Long Beach Airport. Hard turn. Northbound Downey, wrong side of the road. Another solid red. Lakewood area. Hard turn again. Whoa! Wrong side of the road. Westbound again. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Through Paramount. North Long Beach. Here we go, another turn. Northbound Cherry. Northbound Cherry, what's the freeway we're approaching? 91. Hazards. Another hard turn. Whoa, 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 whoa. Westbound Artesia from Cherry. Yeah, desperate. We just, you just don't know. Sometimes these guys are in there and this is their idea of fun. I don't ever want to trivialize anything like this. This is extremely dangerous what these guys are doing. You made a mention about the flashing lights. Look, guy on a bicycle right there making another hard turn. We'll get you that street name. We're right by the 91 freeway. Northbound Orange from Artesia, that's where we just did. So we're northbound Orange, 91 freeway. That's what he's going under right there. The North Long Beach area, we're going to be making our way back into the lake, Paramount area. But this car not slowing down. California Highway Patrol right behind it. That Orange County helicopter right over it, using that light to keep it lit up. Right now, though, the streets seem a little bare, which is good. But they might give this guy some more kind of confidence, but you just don't know. There's so many variables that could happen out here. It does seem like he's slowing down a little bit. I'm seeing more brake lights right now as he's using the center lanes. That was a green light. A lot of times when you see those red lights, they'll pull kind of more to the center, giving them maybe a little bit more opportunity if there's other traffic. Susie was right. He made that turn on Artesia earlier on. He was kind of trying to blend into a moving traffic out there as he ran another red light. Right now, though, Orange is the road that he's on. We're definitely established in the Paramount area. California Highway Patrol still behind him. Original want, traffic violation. Come on, just pull over. How bad can it be? Right now, I'm sure he's racking up a lot more points. I'll get you the name of the street that we're turning on right now. Looks like we're going to be making a westbound turn. But obviously, all he needed to do was just pull over, get this thing over with, and that's what law enforcement always has to wonder. Is why do they run? What is the deal? What other things does this guy have going on? Wants, warrants, maybe he's got weapons. Gosh only knows. Right now, though, law enforcement just trying to keep the public safe, letting them know that this guy is driving at breakneck speeds down residential streets. I can tell you, Orange County, the helicopter that's been here for so long, I was going to make a comment about it, that they've been following it for so long. They're pulling off for fuel. Another helicopter is going to be taking over here shortly. I'm going to have to play with my radios just to make sure we can keep listening in. But California Highway Patrol right behind this guy, original one, little sparks right there, shows you the speed. It's just a little bit of a bump, and that car is getting airborne. It also gives you an idea that that car might not be the best vehicle to drive really high speeds in. Right now, though, running red lights. There's another one right there as we're working our way into the Compton area now. This is really a tour of the southern cities, but it is a dangerous situation for sure, not poking any fun at it. Luckily, nobody's been injured yet. California Highway Patrol, they're the troopers this evening staying behind it. They're switching out aircraft right now and working our way into the Compton area. We'll get you some street names here in just a moment. He's actually on Compton, right? He's on Compton. He's on Compton. No, we're in Compton. We're coming up in the Compton courthouse. Hey Timmy, what's westbound Compton at Willowbrook? What's the airship that's over it? He did? All right. Approaching Alondra. He has been slowing down. He's been on Compton. We'll get you the name of that street. Looks like we're making a northbound turn in the city of Compton. I can tell you, California Highway Patrol, they backed out. The unit that was right behind it was really sticking with it for the longest time. Those two vehicles that we saw, they backed out of it. The light is an Angel again. It's the Orange County helicopter. I'm not sure if they swapped it out or what they did exactly, but that's who the light. And it's their northbound Wilmington, as I understand it, from Compton. I'm not 100% on that. I just heard that in one of my ears. But you are right, slowing down again. And when we first picked it up, that was one of the reasons why we're having a little issue finding it. He was basically driving the speed limit. But there you go again, slower speeds, just basically just running right through that red light right there and trying to blend in. Working our way northbound now. California Highway Patrol, they are part of the jurisdiction in this area. They are monitoring right now. If he does start doing some crazy stuff, they will basically pick this vehicle back up like we saw. But right now, this is going to be the sheriff's area. We're probably still, we are definitely well established in the city of Compton. Northbound, as we're working our way over towards the 105 freeway, but you can see that car basically just moving along normal speeds. This is Wilmington. I've got that confirmed, northbound Wilmington. if you are very familiar with the Compton area, we're getting in the area of Rosewood in Compton. But right now, we're just going to go right through it. I'm sure this guy's not going to slow down. Right now, lights are off. Car keeps moving. Got to wonder, start thinking about how much fuel does this guy have. And, you said it earlier on too, Jeff, sometimes they look like they know where they're going, and sometimes they just have no idea what's going on. I'm going to play an old trick here, cameraman trick. Let's read that. He's on El Segundo, so he basically just was on Wilmington, turned onto El Segundo. Looks like we're heading eastbound right now, and apparently California Highway Patrol is making an effort. They're might be setting up to get back behind him again. But right now, this chase continues. We're definitely in the Compton area. That's Angel 1 right there over it. They're lighting it up. They're calling it out where this guy's at. But slower speeds for sure. Good news? I hope so. Luckily, we haven't seen any close calls that would make us really go, oh my gosh. But he constantly is running these red lights, and you just got to wonder that luck has got to give out sooner or later. And hopefully, his common sense will kick in, or something will happen. Maybe the car will stop functioning before that happens. Right now, though, this is a chase. Right now, following. No units, no ground units behind him, but they're definitely thinking about getting back into this. All right, okay. Wow. Santa Fe. Southbound Santa Fe. Santa Fe, southbound Santa Fe. That's kind of odd. That one car just kind of like fell in behind him. There he goes, ran another red light. Just past Rosecrans, Santa Fe and Rosecrans. Yep. California Highway, those guys on the ground, they want to take this thing over. They want to do it. Making another turn. Come on, call out the street, guys. Well, we're guessing he just made a turn onto Palmer, and California Highway Patrol, they are chomping at the bit, those ground units. They want to re-engage this chase. They want to bring this thing to an end. I can tell you right now that the helicopter is now actually going to be the sheriff's helicopter over it right now. On Palmer, you can see him making some crazy turns right there. We'll get the name of this one right here as well. California Highway Patrol, they are behind him. right now. We're very close to the Compton courthouse area, so we're moving again southbound. Now, California Highway Patrol, they are basically the ones that are keep kind of getting involved in this. They're the ones that are behind it. The Sheriff's Department, they obviously patrol this area, but California Highway Patrol, for some reason, they're the agency that keeps this thing keeps landing in their lap. I heard you make that comment about the car throwing out sparks every time they hit bumps and stuff like that. A lot of these vehicles, they lower them, and if they don't do a professional job, a lot of times just cutting the springs or something like that, and they will see those sparks. Making another slow turn right here into this residential neighborhood, but the car definitely is starting to peter out, and but as soon as I said it, there he goes. He's starting to move again. Westbound 3rd Street from Santa Anita. That's what Santa. But California Highway Patrol definitely calling this a pursuit once again. Ho ho! And that's what I'm talking about right there. That is an unprofessional lowering job on that car. You can totally tell there was absolutely no springs or shocks involved in there. More than bottomed out, almost endoed. The car is picking up a little bit higher speeds, a very dangerous situation for sure. Compton Courthouse, you know, he might be visiting that place very shortly as he's working his way around it. Look, you can see those higher speeds. Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh! Into an El Camino. That's the first time we saw him, and he's going to keep going. I hope that the driver of that El Camino is okay, but definitely a bigger car, basically making a sharp turn. Passing Oleander right now, higher speeds. This situation changing quite a bit right now. As California Highway Patrol, they were right there behind it. They witnessed it. They're definitely going to make sure that driver in that El Camino is okay. Right now, this Integra is keeping moving. Amazing me quite a little bit right here. California Highway Patrol, they are still right behind it. That vehicle moving out right now. We'll get some street names here. Another solid red, gladly nobody coming through that intersection. You can see California Highway Patrol, they have to slow down for those intersections, especially those solid reds. Hopefully that was a knock that gave this guy a little bit of a wake-up call that what he's doing is extremely dangerous. He might hurt himself, he might hurt somebody else. That's probably what people are more worried about. I know I am. California Highway Patrol, they're worried about any injuries, even to that suspect. Right now, though, he's got one foot on the brake. This car keeps on moving out here. Approaching Central, green light right now, but this vehicle still evading officers. A little bit slower speeds. They might be able to get behind him. They might be able to do something to bring this thing to an end. Right now, though, this Integra just keeps on going. But we definitely saw a solid hit, that older El Camino, like a 70s El Camino. See him slowing down, see him slowing down. Don't know if it's the car, don't know if it's him. But the vehicle... Definitely. And we saw him going a little bit slower earlier on. There you go. Hands are out the window. Officers are they're presuming the position. These guys not playing around, seeing a lot of weapons, but that key coming right out the window. It's amazing how when this thing comes to an end, these guys all of a sudden are complying like any Joe citizen. Right now, though, hands are out. We saw one solid hit to an older El Camino. Hopefully the driver of that vehicle is okay. Hopefully there was no passenger in that car. Right now, though, this guy getting out of the car, this is the first time we see him. They were correct from the get-go. Male driver, but assuming the position, bringing this thing to an end. Really got to wonder what this was all about. Apparently started out as a traffic stop. Took a tour of a bunch of the smaller cities down here, ending out here in the Compton area. California Highway Patrol. These guys were behind it for the most part that we were overhead. We understand Fullerton was the area where it started, and perhaps Fullerton PD were originally over it. This guy doing what he's being told, showing that he has no weapons. Basically, that's why he's pulling up his shirt. Right now, though, these guys, they got a supervisor out there. That's the guy that's right behind the officer with the weapons. But weapons are drawn. These guys are pretense right now. And this thing finally coming to an end. My guess, the car gave up before that driver did. Luckily, no injuries. Yeah, I can. Yes, yes, I can. Can you hear me? Tell Lizzie I can hear her. Okay. All right. Okay. All right, cool. Thank you, Flood. And Lizzie, I'm sorry. Is that, okay, yes, just let me know what's playing so I know what's going on. And if we're still on the web, guys, you know what? You got to know. I mean, do I show prejudice? I don't know what you guys can say about this, but that El Camino, it hurt my heart to see that car get struck by that Integra. No offense. I got love for any any type of modified cars, but when it comes to an Integra versus an El Camino, I was I'm crying on the inside. There's no doubt about that. But we did see that car continue on, and this pursuit coming to an end. Hopefully, the driver of that car not injured. Hopefully, insurance has come into play somehow, and he'll get that thing taken care of. I did see looked like he had some nice rims on that, and So, anyways, let's just putting it out there. We're on Compton Boulevard near the cross of, hang on, Central. Yeah, I think it's Compton and Central. Compton and Central. But yeah, this thing coming to an end right now. And also, if you guys are on the web and you're listening to me and you're like, what is up with Stu? It is very difficult when, you don't hear the streets being called out. Yes, I have relatives in Compton. I'm down here quite a bit. I'm not that super good with it, and I would never guess a street name. So that's basically what's going on right there. Right now, though, definitely coming to an end. Luckily, this guy didn't seriously hurt anybody. That El Camino definitely got a nice dent in the side of it, which is sad. The Integra coming to an end, coming to a stop. Really got to wonder what this was all about. Maybe this guy's just having a bad day. Who knows? But you know what? Never a good idea to run from officers of the law, and definitely never a good idea to get yourself into a pursuit basically for what almost seems like no reason at all. Right now, though, I'm playing with my radios because I know we're going to be getting into another show. I got to switch my IFB up. And, of course, equipment isn't working. There we go. But anyways, thanks for hanging with us there. Thanks for watching. Also, you know what? And it was just, I'm still sad about that El Camino. Is there another chase going on the 60? Because everybody, oh, it's a motorcycle. I don't know. It's your call. Oh, I don't, yay, perimeter. Yes, that'd be awesome. Wheels Western. I don't know. You probably just heard me ask about it, but apparently they lost the guy. So I don't know what's going on exactly with that one. Motorcycle chases, you know, they might be super fast, but they usually, those guys, I don't know about how wild it is, you know. Yeah, it's Compton Boulevard. All right. All right, so it's going to be airborne, crash, ending. Okay, I'll try to fill it. Channel White, copy all. Thank you. Break, Pat, there's the car right there, coming to an end on Compton Boulevard right before Central. The car gave up before the driver decided to stop. We have some tape from earlier on when this was an actual chase. Started in the Fullerton area. Some points they were tracking, some points it was a full-blown pursuit. Sometimes he was driving like he was just going for a drive, and other times extremely high speeds, going the wrong way on some roads at some points. Now the helicopter overhead kept that thing lit up. You can see that car getting air at one point. Sparks are flying. Then that car basically making a sharp turn, going the wrong way, and then crashes into an older El Camino, basically on Compton Boulevard in the city of Compton. The car keeps on, California Highway Patrol right behind him. Then the car basically just kind of peters out. The guy gets out like he knows what he's got to do, basically following all the commands. California Highway Patrol taking this guy into custody. Original one, traffic stop. They just wanted to pull him over for a regular old traffic stop. In the end, this guy's probably going to have a lot of other problems. We're wanting in custody. We understand no serious injuries in this pursuit. Live in Sky 2 over the Compton area, I'm Stu Mandel. Back to you two in the studio. Yeah, you didn't. You could have got a little closer, but we'll talk about that. All right, hang on. Well, LA County Scanner, very reliable source for sure, says that, well, it's 3 minutes ago, eastbound 91 at the 71. But yeah, that's I mean, it's a helicopter, not a magic carpet. All right, copy all. We'll start heading east. Head east a little bit. Corona-ish. Yeah, pick up to 60. Who is? Hang on, Santa Fe Springs talking about a failure.